Ever wondered, if a deaf person goes to court, is it still called a hearing? The word hearing is so common in the legal world that you might not think twice about it. But what happens when a deaf person needs to go to court? Is it still called a hearing? Why is it called a hearing? In the legal system, the term hearing refers to a session where legal arguments, evidence, and testimonies are presented before a judge or jury. It doesn't actually refer to the act of hearing but is rooted in the idea of presenting information and allowing both sides to be heard. So, technically, a hearing doesn't rely on the physical ability to hear. The term hearing has been used in legal language for centuries and has become deeply embedded in legal jargon. Courts hold hearings to review evidence, arguments, and decisions, and the language has remained largely unchanged, even as accessibility in courtrooms has evolved. How do courts accommodate deaf or hard of hearing participants? When a deaf or hard of hearing person attends a court hearing, the court is required by law to provide reasonable accommodations to ensure they have equal access to the proceedings. This can include sign language interpreters. Courts often provide certified sign language interpreters to translate spoken language into sign language for deaf participants and to communicate their responses back to the court. Assistive listening devices. In cases where individuals have some degree of hearing, assistive listening devices may be provided to help them hear more clearly. Real-time captioning. Some courts offer real-time captioning services, where a court reporter types out everything that is said during the hearing so the text can be displayed on a screen for the person to read. Written transcripts. In certain cases, written transcripts can be provided to ensure that a deaf person has access to all spoken words during the proceedings. These accommodations allow deaf or hard of hearing participants to fully engage in the court process, making the hearing accessible even if they cannot physically hear the proceedings. Is the terminology changing? There have been discussions about the potential for more inclusive language in the legal system, but hearing remains the standard term for court proceedings. Alternative terms like proceeding or session could be more inclusive, but changing legal language is a slow process due to the need for consistency and the legal importance of specific terminology. In conclusions, it's still called a hearing when a deaf person goes to court, even though they may not be able to physically hear what's going on. The term hearing has a broader legal meaning that transcends physical hearing and refers to the opportunity to present and receive information. Through various accommodations, courts ensure that all participants, regardless of hearing ability, have access to the justice system.